Imagine a moment frozen in time, a flash that altered the course of history. November 22, 1963, Dallas, Texas. President John F. Kennedy, arguably one of the most charismatic leaders of the 20th century, is assassinated in broad daylight. This event does not merely ripple through the echelons of power but sends shockwaves around the world, embedding itself in the collective consciousness of a nation. The assassination of JFK is not just a historical event, it is a perennial enigma, wrapped in layers of mystery and intrigue. Over the decades, the JFK assassination has been dissected from every conceivable angle. The official reports, the conspiracy theories, the implications on national and global politics, each aspect has been scrutinized. Yet, the full truth remains elusive. This essay revisits the enigma, exploring not just the events of that fateful day but also the lingering questions that haunt our understanding of history. It was a crisp, sunny day, the kind that promised optimism. President Kennedy, alongside his wife Jacqueline and Texas Governor John Connally, traversed through Dealey Plaza. The crowds were enthusiastic, the atmosphere charged with an air of celebration. Then at 12:30 p.m. the unexpected horror shots rang out, quickly turning the scene into one of chaos and despair. Governor Connally, though injured, survived. President Kennedy, tragically, did not. The limousine sped to Parkland Memorial Hospital, but there was little hope. The announcement of Kennedy's death left the nation in shock. A vibrant leader had been snatched so abruptly. The immediate reaction was a blend of confusion and grief. People huddled around radios and television seeking news, seeking reasons. America was not merely mourning a president, it was mourning the loss of an era that promised so much. Lee Harvey Oswald, a former U.S. Marine who had defected to the Soviet Union and then returned, was quickly singled out as the prime suspect. He was employed at the Texas School Book Depository, the building from which the fatal shots were purportedly fired. Within hours of the assassination, Oswald was apprehended in a nearby movie theater under suspicious circumstances. Despite being caught, Oswald maintained his innocence, claiming he was just a patsy. The world would never hear his full story. 2 days after the assassination, while being transferred between jail facilities, Oswald was shot and killed by Jack Ruby, a local nightclub owner, live on national television. This swift and brutal act muddied the waters of the investigation. With Oswald dead, many questions remained unanswered, fueling widespread speculation and doubt. Established by President Lyndon B. Johnson, the Warren Commission was tasked with investigating the assassination. In 1964, it concluded that Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone in killing President Kennedy. The report aimed to put to rest the swirling rumors and theories. However, the Commission's findings have been heavily criticized. Critics argue that it overlooked key evidence and failed to explore other possible scenarios involving multiple shooters or conspiracies. The absence of thorough cross-examinations and reliance on questionable evidence have cast a long shadow over its conclusions. This dissatisfaction with the Warren Commission's report has kept the door open for alternative theories and continuous public fascination with the case. Jack Ruby, a Dallas nightclub owner with connections to various underworld figures, remains one of the most enigmatic characters in the JFK assassination saga. His motives for killing Lee Harvey Oswald have been the subject of much speculation. Some believe Ruby was part of a larger conspiracy, perhaps aimed at silencing Oswald, while others argue he acted out of an impulsive desire to avenge Kennedy. Ruby's own statements were contradictory. At times he claimed he acted out of grief and patriotism, wanting to spare Mrs. Kennedy the agony of a trial. However, his connections to organized crime have fueled theories that his actions were calculated and possibly coerced. The impact of Ruby's actions on the investigation was profound. Oswald's death precluded a trial that might have provided answers, or at least more information, about the assassination, leaving the public with unresolved questions and fertile ground for conspiracy theories. The JFK assassination is a fertile ground for conspiracy theorists. Theories range from involvement by the CIA, the Mafia, and even Vice President Lyndon B. Johnson. Each theory points to different motives, from stopping Kennedy's alleged plans to dismantle the CIA to revenge by mobsters angry about the Kennedy administration's crackdown on organized crime. What makes these theories so compelling is not just their dramatic nature but also the inconsistencies and gaps in the official accounts. The Warren Commission's shortcomings, combined with Jack Ruby's murky background and sudden silencing of Oswald, provide ample fuel for speculation. These theories have not only persisted but have also shaped how people view government and media, influencing everything from policy decisions to popular films and literature. Eyewitness accounts of the assassination are both invaluable and problematic. Many who were present in Dealey Plaza reported hearing shots from directions other than the Texas School Book Depository, suggesting the possibility of multiple shooters. The most famous piece of visual evidence, the Zapruder film, captures the assassination in a chilling 26-second sequence, which has been analyzed frame by frame for clues. However, discrepancies among witness testimonies and the interpretation of photographic evidence have only added layers of complexity. For instance, some argue that the patterns of Kennedy's wounds suggest shots from different angles, a key point used to challenge the lone gunman theory. Despite extensive examination, these pieces of evidence have not provided definitive answers, instead offering multiple interpretations that keep the debate alive. During the height of the Cold War, the assassination of an American president inevitably drew suspicions towards the Soviet Union and Cuba. Oswald's past defection to the Soviet Union and his pro-Cuban activities fueled theories of communist involvement. These suspicions were potent enough to worry officials about the potential for a catastrophic misunderstanding leading to war. However, subsequent investigations, including classified wiretaps and surveillance, have not substantiated direct Soviet or Cuban involvement. The fears and tensions of the time, though, highlight the assassination's significant impact on international relations and the pervasive atmosphere of distrust during the Cold War. This context is crucial for understanding the immediate and panicked responses by the U.S. government and the secrecy that surrounded much of the assassination's aftermath. Recognizing the deficiencies of the Warren Commission, later investigations sought to reassess the JFK assassination. The House Select Committee on Assassinations, HSCA, in the late 70s concluded that Kennedy was likely assassinated as a result of a conspiracy, contradicting the Warren Commission's findings. In the 90s, the Assassination Records Review Board, ARRB, was established to declassify documents related to the assassination. This effort led to the release of thousands of pages of documents, providing new insights but also generating more questions. These subsequent investigations have provided critical information and highlighted the complexity of the case. However, they have also underscored the challenges of conclusively solving the mystery, with each new piece of information seeming to open up further avenues for inquiry rather than closure. The role of media in the aftermath of Kennedy's assassination cannot be overstated. As the first major tragedy broadcast live on television, the assassination and its immediate aftermath, including the murder of Oswald by Ruby, were witnessed in real time by millions. This unprecedented media exposure shaped public perception of the event dramatically. Over the years, the media has played a dual role in both promoting official narratives and giving a platform to alternative theories. Documentaries, news specials, and investigative reports have kept the story alive, influencing each new generation's understanding of the event. This ongoing media coverage has not only kept public interest alive but has also played a crucial part in fostering a pervasive sense of distrust in official accounts. The assassination of JFK was a national trauma, akin to the later shocks of September 11, 2001. It shattered the American psyche, transitioning the U.S. from post-war optimism to a more cynical and questioning society. The event's suddenness and brutality marked a loss of innocence, leading to increased skepticism towards the government. This psychological impact is evident in the persistent interest in the assassination, reflected in the continuing popularity of conspiracy theories. Many Americans' refusal to accept the official story is as much about distrust in the narrative as it is about the trauma of the event itself. The assassination also spurred changes in how Americans engage with politics and authority, instilling a habit of questioning and skepticism that has influenced political culture ever since. With advancements in technology, recent forensic analyses have offered new ways to examine the evidence from the JFK assassination. Modern ballistics, audio analysis, and digital enhancements of photographic evidence have provided clearer insights into the sequence of events. For instance, enhanced analysis of the Zapruder film and acoustic recordings from Dealey Plaza have been used to argue both for and against the theory of multiple gunmen. Similarly, modern forensic techniques have allowed for a more detailed examination of bullet trajectories and wound patterns. While these technological advances have refined our understanding, they have not yet provided a conclusive answer, illustrating the case's complexity and the limitations of even the most sophisticated technology when applied to historical events. John F. Kennedy's presidency, though brief, was marked by significant events and policies, from the Cuban Missile Crisis to the initiation of the Peace Corps. His assassination cut short potential future policies, leaving historians to speculate on what might have been. Kennedy's legacy is also a story of memory and memorialization. His image as a youthful, visionary leader has been cemented in American culture, symbolized by the eternal flame at his gravesite in Arlington National Cemetery. This memorialization plays a crucial role in how the assassination is remembered and discussed, intertwining personal loss with national tragedy. The ongoing fascination with JFK's life and presidency underscores his impact on the country and the world, a testament to his enduring influence on policy, culture, and public imagination. The question of what if looms large in discussions about JFK. Had he survived, how would the Vietnam War have unfolded? What progress might have been made in civil rights? Alternate history narratives and scholarly hypotheses offer varied answers, each suggesting different trajectories for America and the world. These speculations engage not just historians but the public, reflecting the deep impact of Kennedy's assassination on global and domestic policies. They also highlight how individual leaders can influence the course of history, underscoring the significance of presidential leadership. Exploring these alternate histories is not just an academic exercise, it is a way to understand the full impact of the assassination on the course of American and world history. Decades after the tragic events in Dallas, the assassination of President Kennedy continues to fascinate and perplex. Despite extensive investigations and the passage of time, the full truth remains partly hidden in the shadows of history. This enduring mystery is not just about a quest for truth but is also a reflection of the ongoing struggle to understand how such a pivotal event could unfold in a modern democracy. It challenges our perceptions of history, authority, and the media, inviting each new generation to examine the complexities of this pivotal moment. As we continue to seek answers, the Kennedy assassination remains a crucial part of our collective historical consciousness, a reminder of the fragility of public figures and the profound impact of their lives and deaths on the world.